Looks like we're still in the setup phase here. It's week 2, season 4 of Nuff Will Be Praised. That's nvp-pro.com. We're going to check out a matchup right now between Bortbot 18's A Sinking Ship Skaven team versus Blue Six Max's Villains of DC Chaos Dwarf. This matchup is coming at you from the Deep Dark division of the AFC, or the Ardent Followers Conference. So let's bring it off here. There was no inducements, and it looks like the Chorfs won the toss, so I do not know if they're going to be deferring or if they received the ball. We'll know how the kick went, depending on how that goes. So it looks like he deferred, which is usually what you want to do against Skaven. You want that ball at the half control, if you can get it. So looking at the setup here, no crazy skilled players on either team. I mean, it's just week 2. Of course, season 4 we did a reset to fresh team. Ooh, right off the bat, we have an injury to Raza Gould. And he's just stunned, folks. Rock is just stunned. Not going to be a problem there. Okay, we've got the chat live up now. Trying to keep my eye on it here. And here we go. Alright. Sure Hands fails right off the bat with a 1 re-rolling 2. That is not what you want to see for Bort. He's got 3 Skaven blocking it. He's got a thrower with a couple runners. But both Centaurs are pretty vicious beasts. So I would worry. We've got one loner goblin, it looks like, and then 4 Chaos Dwarf blockers, of course the 2 full Centaurs, and then the Hobgoblin. No big man. A lot of people have an aversion to the big man. Well, we'll see how he goes, how he plans this turn out. All right, gets the base so he can get the double hit. Looks like Sinestro is going to hit Zizek. So Brainiac gets to be a bull centaur, but Sinestro is not good enough. Okay, I don't know who Krona is. Maybe somebody, some comic book nerds can fill me in.
That's it. Force him back and then pow!
Ooh, pushes him into. Of course, the big thing with the Chaos Dwarf blockers is they have tackle, and that is a nasty skill to go up against when you're trying to dodge away with your gutter runners. Very slow and methodical here. Blue looks like he's gonna cross up and bring his centaurs together. He's playing rather conservative. Surprised he hasn't gone in there, and well, he's probably still gonna blitz. He's probably gonna blitz Brainiac right up the gut on Salty, so maybe he can get a mark on the ball carrier, because he can get in, and then boom, and that's just what he's gonna do.
That's a holding maneuver.
Although he's gonna go after the thrower, it looks like. No, he went after Salty, as I expected. Okay, so now he's got a pretty good mark on the ball. The bull centaur mark is gotta be happy with that. Dub skulls, and then it's going so burnt that reroll. Turn 1, the villain's going down to 2 rerolls. Little chain push action. We might see some more attacks because it's block going up against non-block, but probably not.
They've gone into the opponent's tackle zone.
Uses that Hobgoblin to kind of try to seal it off there. Here we go, and this is the advantage of block. Ooh, and Gangplank is dead. He was cleverly named. Apothecary on a 0-0 lineman. Alright, so Bort is
Oh dear.
definitely drunk.
But as the saying goes, today's player is tomorrow's
And he's dead.
breakfast.
So, dead re-rolling dead early. That's something else. So Gangplank is dead, ladies and gentlemen. All in all, pretty good opening turn for Blue and the DC villains. Blake is laughing. Am I right, Blake? I'm sorry. I mean, it just strikes me as burning your apothecary at turn 1 with on a lineman with no skills. That's just not something I would do. But hey. It's gonna be hard to scrum that ball out of that strength 4. So he's got enough marks now. I guess the thrower, he might come in and blitz. No, he's gonna blitz and then probably pick up with the thrower. Oh, just gets the push.
They're still standing. The ball is in the player's hands.
Alright, picks the ball up, regains possession. And he's just playing deep. That's one thing you can do against Chaos Dwarves, is they don't have a lot of movement. 4 on the hit pieces on your blockers. Wow, an armor break. That is legit. That's thick skull. That's armor 10, folks. That's a break on armor 10. And an agility, or a 10 plus rather, armor 9, AV 9. So you need a 10 plus, and of course he rolls a 10 or better, and then he gets the 10 or better on the injury as well, and then gets the badly hurt cast. So definitely needed that. Oh, here we go. Gonna get another hit. Pretty damn good recovery for the Rats. You know. And then it looks like, and the Centaurs and the Hobgoblins, they have decent movement. Well, they don't have movement that compares to Skaven. Like right now, you're looking at a pretty early score here, and I'll tell, and at least I think, because there's not enough field for these dwarves to cover, and there's all these Skaven just hanging around. Shouldn't take much, you know. You can't commit to the ball carrier because you're not going to get to him, and then he'll be able to hand off, and then Skaven is going to run down your throat. And you can't, you know, ignore this half of the field. You almost have to slow down, back up, put your columns up, get some bodies in front of the field, because if you leave Skaven a field that wide open, they're going to burn you, and they will burn you. I know, because I've been burnt by them constantly. Skaven is a very hard team to defend against, especially when they have their full complement of players still on the pitch. Well, 10 out of 11. But it's even because we're missing a Longbeard, or a Chaos Dwarf blocker, excuse me. It's basically just a Longbeard. I mean, let's just call it what it is. I like how Mr. Freeze is blue. That's great. Now that right there is some fluff dedication.
Yeah, smells like a good old-fashioned fight.
All right, so he's doing his best to try to close the area off here. Try to use the Hobgoblin and the blocker to kind of limit or close off those options, and then get them through. Yeah, so he definitely knows. Got to watch out what Skaven can do. But I just don't know if he has enough players based on his positioning to plug all those holes. I mean, he could bring his Bull Centaur over here, and then and then kind of fan out like that. That might be the best he could hope for. But There's still a... He's going to go after this. Yeah, I was about to say, he's got to go after that gutter runner, right? That lineman. Just a lineman. Gets the Powsy Wowsy.
Haha, here's some friends. The fans are ravenous, and so am I. Just one more step.
Skaven's armor, AV7 holding up so far. Well, aside from the one death. Gets the stumble, which is good enough to put a dwarf on his back. Interesting. Now it almost seems like he's... Yeah, there we go. As I say, until that moment I thought it seemed like he was stalling. Ouch. Oh.
Good call. Intimidation is the key.
That gives him a little bit of room to work. I think he might free up this runner, go deep down the field, and then go for a throw. Yep. Because he can weave his thrower right up here, and then launch it right to him. I think you'll see that.
At that speed, it will be difficult to catch.
The tail, Jim. All you need is the tail.
There we go. As I expected. You hate to see that. That is... What is with the ones tonight? I mean, he needed a 5. He needed a 5 for that. Why did he need a 5 for that? That seems like quite a long... It's not blazingly sun. Wasn't that a quick toss? Yeah, thrower is drunk too. But really 5? That should have been a 5. That seems like 4 would have been more appropriate there. 3. It's not blazing sun, right? No, the kickoff event was different. It was throw a rock. Well, the world might never know. Yeah, I see that +5 is a bit of a risk, but he didn't seem like he was that far away, and he wasn't marked by anybody. I just don't know why you'd bother with a Skaven thrower if you have to roll a 5 just to throw a reasonable pass. If Kami wasn't playing a game, he'd be chiming in with why that is the way that it is. Alright. So now, can the Chorfs take advantage? Good, he's got more people on the ball again. I'm really thinking about it.
Those players are very close. Smells like a fight is about to happen.
Well, he's out of attack pieces. I mean, he could attack with these goblins, but...
A loose ball is a dangerous ball. The player needs to secure it fast.
Scooping up the ball.
Wow.
So
Just rolls in with the +4. Dodges out on the +3 and succeeds the going for it. Blue just says, "No for what?" I ain't afraid of no Knuffle. Throws another going for it on top of it. And we have ourselves a possession change. Using every bit of that 2 minutes. Alright, what an unlikely turn of events for a sinking ship. They're still not in terrible shape. He can still... Got a lot of rats he can free up, hopefully, and pop that hobgoblin on the ground. And then maybe go for another pass. Maybe make sure this one isn't a long bomb. Or wherever the heck that one was, for as far away as it was. Alright, here comes a runner with his block. Gets the POW. Looks like we may see the rats retake possession.
Good defensive block.
Still gonna have to deal with a bull centaur, but the thrower can get in there. He can get in there and he can get out. Won't be easy. If he expects to throw, he's gonna wanna. Oh, I don't know. That's tackle zone to tackle zone. Doesn't seem likely. Oh, he must be confident that he's gonna get that ball out of there. Already committing his pieces.
Priest balls would struggle to dodge through that defensive lineup.
Oh, he showed me.
On the edge of the field there, within grasping range of the fans. And they're looking hungry.
Gotta love that gutter runner movement. We're tempting fate. And now we get a successful pass. Excellent recovery by Bort. And a sinking ship. Now they're threatening to score. And... Ooh. He does re-roll the dodge. Gets it. Sets up the quasi cage screen, and I don't believe there's enough movement for Blue Max to get to that ball. But he has to pressure now because Bort will stall, because he does not want to give Blue 4 turns to score, which is plenty of time to score. Well, maybe not plenty, but you do have 6 movement pieces, so. Very interesting to see where the pressure comes. How he chooses to do it. Really thinking about is
The players arrive to assist their teammates.
what he's gonna do. Clock does not stop while you think. Interesting. Tried to blitz and marked Longbeard on a coin flip dodge. When he could have blocked Pawn Scum with Joker. Maybe he didn't see him there. Very interesting. Yep, and now he's going to stall all the way across. Yes, Blake, I agree. Very weird. But in the heat of the moment, you know, you don't see everything. So there's a very good chance that Blue didn't see that rat. I've done that more times than I'd like to admit publicly, and that sucks.
I love the sound of the Skaven when they're
He's gonna burn this whole half now. Now there's nobody who's getting to him for 2 turns.
A prone player is a dead player. Oft times at any rate.
And that's the problem you run into. No one's even touching him for 2 turns. Oh, he's got he's getting them there. So that's gonna do it. Bort's gonna score now because he's not gonna want a centaur barreling down on him. Although he can move tile all the way to the side, and that centaur is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he can still get to him with sure-feeted sprints. So I wouldn't worry about that necessarily. Just as done. Crusty Bunghole. Oh, Bort and these names. Oh, I don't think we'll ever be family friendly as long as Bort's one of our coaches. Are you going to see some hobgoblin on rat violence here? Everybody wants to see it. The fans are clamoring for hobgoblin on rat violence. I know I am.
This player likes to be well assisted.
Oh, here we go. Cleat Hullcracker. What do we got? What do we got? Just a stun. Just a stun. I'd like to see some fouling. That's always good.
He's sprinting. Let's hope it's going to be okay.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Shakes the whole stadium.
Didn't realize he had the ability to mark him. Well, isn't that special? I expect Ward to just dodge away with this gutter runner. Get a level up on him. But you can score in 3 turns. If you plan it right, you'll have to move a lot of people downfield on those 2 turns, but you can get a ladder piece down there. Get them moving on your turn 6, your turn 7. You can move 12 tiles with a hobgoblin or a centaur. So that's definitely enough. Rats holding up. AV7 holding up. We have an injury on both sides with no reserves. A death and a badly hurt. And a death and a wasted apothecary. So maybe Nuffle is trying to cut break. He has no rerolls here, so he better dodge away and dodge away now and not get cute. If Bort takes any dice actions before dodging away for that touchdown, I am confirming that we need to have an intervention. Let's see what happens, folks. Alright, folks, he can continue to drink. Bort is allowed to continue to drink. We are calling off the intervention. I will be back in just one moment. Alright, Orc cheerleaders, despite no Orc team, I love it. right. Interesting defense for Bort. It's the old diamond protection defense, where he's he's protecting his leveled up piece. But I don't know. That's pretty risky. Because I would expect to put you put your both centaurs on the line. Because you want to get one downfield as far as possible with the sprint. Oh, I guess with the sprint, you really don't need to worry about it. Because that's 9 movement. So 3 turns is plenty when you have 9 movement pieces. Very interesting. Very interesting. Alright, so this is our second drive here. It's going to be turn 6 for the villains. This is week 2, season 4. AFC action. Deep Dark Division. A sinking ship. Skaven taking on the villains of DC. Chaos Dwarf. Bortbot versus Blue Max. And I'm NBP President Stymie. Make sure to check out nbp-pro.com for all your PS4 Blood Bowl League needs. We're always looking for new coaches who want to play. Our comps are kind of filled up right now, but we're always looking for new coaches, and we're always looking to expand. In fact, we got a cool comp coming up, the mixed competition. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I'll come up with a spicier name than that, but that's what it'll be. Oh, both teams get a reroll, so all right. Bort earns a reroll back, and Blue gets a second reroll. So, good stuff there. Alright. And you expect those rats to... You expect those line rats to go down. Definitely. Interesting here. Thinking about it. Alright, yep, gets the... Wants that 2 die. Smart. That's why you gotta get guard. Guard's gotta be like the first skill you put on these Chaos Dwarf blockers. Maybe a Mighty Blow, but guard is where it's at. And Ponscum is stunned. The Noxious Tailwind is knocked out.
He's going to sleep, and maybe we will see him on the pitch later.
Oh, looks like he's setting up a nice screen there. Doesn't want to risk anything. Very smart. Very smart. Picks them all up. Interesting. Gotta figure out a way to get the ball in that bull centaur. That's what I would do. I mean, it's a coin flip to pick up, but I feel like you gotta go for it. Yep. Because now he's thinking Hobgoblin 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's setting him up for the handoff. Probably turn 8 though. If he's not, I mean, it's gonna take him 2 turns just to catch him up there.
That's a solid formation. I want to see the opposing team have a go with the ball now.
Unless his idea is with a coin flip in his pocket to hand off and then pass? I don't know. And of course, Bort's gonna swarm the heck out of that ladder piece. If this goes in the half 1-0 Bort, that's a huge advantage for the
The
Skaven.
attacker has an assist.
Because then it puts you as the Chaos Dwarf coach to be fighting for the tie. And if you make a mistake, you could be looking at 2-0, and then you're fighting just to get some SPP at that point, because you're not going to tie that, more than likely with the amount of turns left.
I bet the opposition didn't even see it go by.
Against Skaven, I mostly relied on odor, Jim. When it smells like old cheese, I let it rip.
Yeah, so he's going for the foul. Bort is going for the foul. With his thrower, no less. Just a stun, though. So rest assured, Bort will foul him on turn 8. So now you're in a bit of a pickle. Now your ladder piece is stunned, and you have 2 turns left, and you didn't get anybody down there far enough other than him. If you put those centaurs on the line, I mean, now you can still get the ball to the centaur and get him down as far as possible, and then he's got the movement to do it again. This is the second time. Listen, you're not gonna have success with Chaos Dwarves if you dodge with your Chaos Dwarf blockers. If you're new to Blood Bowl, I mean, if I can impart any message as a current dwarf coach, regular dwarves, not Chaos Dwarves, just straight regular dwarves, you are not going to go anywhere trying to dodge with Longbeards and Chaos Dwarf blockers. It's a coin flip at best. And it's going to blow your whole turn up and cause you to eat a reroll before you want to. Which is just not a good course of action. But if you like to play your Blood Bowl risky, then go for it. I mean, again, if that's your style, that's your style. If you got a reason for it, you got a reason for it. Just me, that's not something I do. So it looks like he's got some pressure. He's got some pressure going on there on the ball carrier. It's going to be impossible for the ball carrier to score anyway, because he's got no ladder pieces. I mean, I guess he could throw some sort of +6 pass into a +6. Oh, back-to-back fouls. Will we see anything more? Just another stun. Very lucky for Bort not to get ejected, and very lucky to only be a stun on that Bull Centaur gang foul. Heck of a first half. I don't know why Bort did that. I mean, I guess to get a lick on the ball carrier, but he's not going to score. I mean, he doesn't have the movement. Here we go. Pound some rats, though. That's always a good answer.
It looks like that's stew on the menu tonight.
Oh, here we go. Triple block on the runner. Jeez Louise, if Blue has gotta be losing it over all these armor breaks that are just stuns. Alright, he's like, this has gotta be one. Damn. He's got just about every rat on the ground. Gang foul, Vermin. That's it. Hobgoblin's worth it. Move Harley Quinn over
They
one.
pass the ball, but will it be a completion?
Or that. Goes for the vanity pass. Try to scoop some SPP up. Well, that's the first half's in the books, folks, for Season 4, Week 2. AFC action, Deep Dark Division. A sinking ship versus DC Villains. 1-0 lead for the sinking ship. The Villains get the ball at the half. It looks like they have a one-player advantage owing to a knockout versus a just an injury versus a death and a knockout.
They should replace that player
So
before they lose any
flip it
ball.
over here again.
Despite being in the lead, this team now
Looks
has to
like
kick
Bort's
the ball to
running
the
that
losing
same
score.
They'll want to get it back as soon as they
similar rat diamond defense. It is interesting, kind of foregoing the entire side of the field here. Be interesting to see how this plays out. High kick. Nice. Deep kick, though. And he chooses not to use it. Interesting. Why would you not use that? I mean, it's going to waste all this movement, and you could have had free movement to the ball.
They're gathering around that lone player, like halflings round a sandwich.
Stale Breath going down with a stun.
Come on, guys, together.
There we go. Oh, that's a second death. That's a 5 out of 6 lineman.
He's dead.
He did.
Yes.
He did. There is no more. Sinking ship is out of an apothecary, so if the wheels turn on them this half, this could be brutal indeed. Two deaths. We're gonna have to have 2 seaborne funerals. Rough. Alright, nice. He's in pretty good position. There's no... Bort didn't send any rats deep, and I can't really blame him. So, I mean, but if Blue wants to win here, then he's going to rush himself to score early, while pounding rats along the way, so that he can then regain possession to score the 2-1. You score otherwise here, you by not scoring the first half, you turn the ideal 2-1 grind into a 1-2 upset situation in your favor. That's not going to help you. That's good, though. Did that against the police with block, too. Oof. Yeah, he's doing it. He could definitely score real quickly here. Centaur to Centaur. Yeah, he might even be counting up the paces there. But the question is, does Bort do what he did in the first half and commit all his pieces to some sort of Centaur gang foul? Which, I mean, why don't you? And now he's protecting that. See, Blue learned his lesson. That journeyman hobgoblin is going to try, hopefully prevent any gang foul shenanigans.
The ball is handed off and play continues uninterrupted.
Really thinking out that turn. Ooh, Smuck's Iron Drinker. Knocked out. I went to school with a Smuck's Iron Drinker. No, that's not true. So, sets it up, but still, does he commit his rapidly dwindling rats to stop that Centaur? Because if he doesn't, I think we're going to see Centaur to Centaur, Blitz, and gone. And we may still see that.
Whoa, that Skaven moves like a brown streak.
Well, that's one way to describe it.
Yep, there we go. Classic
Burning our
Bort
fast.
trying to cut off the ladder. So now with the zones here, here, could still get through, but the movement is going to make it difficult. Yep.
That speed will be difficult to catch.
Tail, Jim. All you need is the tail.
So now you probably bring this guy, you probably bring Darkseid to block, Blitz with Mr. Freeze, so you hopefully pop that guy right out, and then you just go this way. If that's what you want to do, so you can still go that way. Here we go.
That player
Ooh.
is so close to a world of hurt.
I'm sure every time that hit gets hit, Bort probably exhales. But now he can still move pretty far. You know, you don't have to score this turn. You do have a couple turns. But if you do want to win and not tie, you need to get the ball downfield. He has enough pieces to get to form a cage with his Centaur in the center. Move this Hobgoblin there, move the Centaur in the center, move that guy there, move that guy there. Yep.
Ball is secure. Can the other team steal it away?
Smart play there. Bort's running out of options to defend with. He's got 3 rats off the pitch. A stunned rat, so he's got 7 rats to work with. That's all he wants to do is harass and stop him.
More the merrier.
Oof. Alright.
I bet the opposition didn't even see it go by.
Against Skaven, I mostly relied on odor, Jim. When it smells like old cheese, I let it rip.
Red die. Oh, did he have block? Yeah, worth it. Not terrible. But now he gets stood up. He gets pounded. He probably gets Blitz pounded. And then he's off to the races. with a second Minotaur backup.
Well done. You got the ball carrier.
Yeah. Just a stun. See if we see the blitz there. Yeah. Oh,
That's a
there we go.
dangerous place to be.
You have a perfect lane to send your Centaur across. And have him link up with this guy and this guy over here. Not bad movement. But he's running out of time if he's going to want to score on the next turn so that he then could potentially use the numbers game to get himself a defensive score. Board, on the other hand, just wants to let him score quickly if he's going to score so he himself can, one, keep as many rats on the pitch as possible, and two, get his chance to make the 2-1 for himself. It's anybody's game of Blood Bowl here, folks. Anybody's game. Banana peels. Reroll. Banana peels. That'll be another one rerolling one on the pile for today.
I haven't seen a rat run so fast since I fired your agent.
How did he fire his agent? That's weird. Alright. Is he gonna go for the blitz, or is he just gonna go for the... try to mark as many as possible? Oh yeah, here he goes.
Those vermin are fast.
And that's how the cookie crumbles. So that's a 1 re-rolling 1, then a 1 failing go for it. So that's 3 1s in a roll. Then a re-roll, then another 1. So that's 5 1s and 4 or 4 1s and 5 dice. Cool. He's still got 2 people marking him though. I mean, he could blitz, and then he'll have to dodge out, or he can just go for the dodge out and hope the rerolls got his back. I mean, he's been trying coin flip dodges all day, so what's another? Ooh, third death for Bort.
But not as weak.
Wow, we're creeping up on a single team MVP death record. He pops one more, and that might be a record, folks. On their best day, Strong Bad's awesome team didn't kill 3 or 4 in a single game. Well, maybe they did. I think he's gonna, yeah, blitz him off, and then I think he's gonna try a dodge. Here comes tackle, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most crucial skills in Blood Bowl.
Less pressure on the ball. It's a good move.
The only counter skill, as Bort likes to say. The counter to the dreaded dodge. Hullcracker stunned. So as the reroll in his pocket, I'd say that's a dodge that's worth risking. And he gets it. I think if you're bored, you just leave your playable laying. I mean, you stand them up, you're just opening themselves up to more shots. Regroup. He's getting the score pretty much no matter what. And the question is, can you pull off the 2-1, or are you going to lose even more pieces by doing this? He has 2 more shots he's opening himself up to, at least 3. Okay, so at least he dodged away with that one. So now he's just setting that poor guy up to get blitzed. But his Bort never back down. Doesn't matter how many rats you have to bury. Don't back down. Tackle though. Tackle will get you. He lets it lay.
A solid punch to the mangy critter will stop it flipping around.
Gotta take that shot on the blitzer. Razagul.
The carrier himself blocks. That's really risky.
Smart move. And we have a tie game. Tie game with plenty of Blood Bowl left here, folks. A sinking ship. Villains of DC. 1-1. A lot of dead rats. Skaven will get the ball now. There's 3 turns left. 4 turns, I think, actually. Try to put up a score. Doesn't get the wake up. That's unfortunate. But also doesn't get the wake up. So push.
We're about to start the next down, and none of the
There,
KO
1, 2,
players
3,
have
4,
woken
7
up.
rats
Lazy git.
against
2-player
9.
It's hard to come back from. He'll
So
need
2-player
some subs.
advantage
Both of these teams are on the edge.
for the Chaos
It's
Dwarfs.
crucial.
4 teams for the rats to score. Can they do it? Which team will come out of this game 1 game stronger in the deep dark division? I believe the Wart tied week 1 in one heck of a match. I don't recall the outcome of Blues match off the top of my head, but you can check out nbp-pro.com. Check out the week 1 recap, which I wrote, which is sad that I can't remember since I wrote the recap who won the matches, but free plug. So check out the recap and find out who won the match. Yeah. Covered it, I think.
What was your favorite moment as a Blood Bowl player, Bob?
Oh, well, it has to be scoring my first touchdown, Jim. You see, I just ripped the head off this git who'd given me some lip in the changing rooms before the game. So just for fun, I I shoved the ball down his throat and then lobbed his
Interesting
whole body into
formation.
the end zone.
Port's
Ref said it was classified as a catch.
getting ready. I'm
So
sure
I
he's got
scored a
something up his
touchdown.
sleeve.
Yeah, the NAF changed the rules the next day.
Ooh,
Another player on the ground.
just a stun.
The coach will be spitting
A lot of rock throwing in this game. Alright, Midway cheering for both there. I like it. With a solid let's go teams.
These Skavens are just too fast. Look at them.
There we go. Hobgoblin about to be on his back. Of course, we got the classic flying L Skaven. Yes, three deadline rats. 0.1, a 2.1, and a 5.1 as far as how close they were to leveling up. But they were all skillless. Bort used his Apothecary on like turn 1 to try to save the first one, and he got dead re-rolling dead. And his casualties were pretty rough from there. But he's got a ladder piece. He's got a ladder piece ready to go.
Ah, good. He's got the ball.
Gets the pickup.
It's always embarrassing when they fumble that bit.
He's probably going to keep that rat deep down because he can ladder piece to thrower to throw probably, but you would expect to see the Chaos Dwarves absolutely murder any piece that's on the other side of the pitch. Villains are thinking about. You gotta blitz this fella right here. Fizzle Wet Rat. You can't be letting Fizzle Wet Rat.
That's it. Get in their face.
I think you double back with Krona. I think Krona needs to lay a smackdown on that guy.
He's coming to help his buddy. That's
Ooh, here we go.
I love the sound
Ouch.
of the Skaven when they're in pain.
Ooh, a movement down gutter runner. What were you saying, Midway, about at least he lost the pieces he can afford to lose? That is a debilitating injury to take for a Skaven team. Oh, here we go. Skaven deep. Very interesting turn. Nice pickup at the last second. So, board still has options, but they're bleeding. And that gutter runner can score. I think it's board's only chance. Yep.
Haha, here's some friends.
That is not going to help him. Now he's just got to hope and get the dodge. No rerolls. And then he's got to get through all those GFIs. So, I think blue is just, I don't want to say content with a draw, but he's got nobody downfield. He's positioned no ladder pieces, so blue must be content with the draw because he doesn't have anybody who's even thinking about position. But at the same time, a draw is huge. So sometimes committing to the draw and using all of your pieces rather than sacrificing some of your pieces to try to go downfield. Because now he's trying to set up two answers. He's got a backup answer over here, and he's probably going to I don't know. Might not risk that. Interesting. Yeah, so now his new strategy is definitely going to involve handing off to his thrower and passing. I bet. Or just throwing with your gutter runner. He's got the AG4. But I don't know if I'd rather the AG4 or the built-in reroll. Thinking long and hard about what he wants to do here. Can't blitz both pieces. I would probably blitz the one that's further away from the end zone because that's the easier pass to make. You know, let this guy here just be covered up with two centaurs, but have him pass through those centaurs, that centaur and that hobgoblin. Whereas you can use Brainiac here to just wreck the other this runner here, because you could take down another gutter runner. That's gonna be difficult. And now remember, these are division games, folks. So for those unfamiliar with the NBP-Pro.com structure, we have 3 division games followed by 2 interconference games with the other conferences divisions, followed by 3 more division games with your same division opponents. So these teams will meet again at the end of the season. So it's important. I mean, you go for injuries. You go to remove your opponent. The more damage you can do to a division opponent, that better chance you have to win that division. Because you don't have to have the best record to get into the playoffs. You only have to have the best record in your division. So that's definitely something to think about. All right, gets a little pushback there.
They're gathering around that lone player, like halflings round a sandwich.
Nixon, that's definitely what you do there. He's made it as hard as you possibly can make it. Is he gonna get a block off? Yes. Oh. Bet he tries to sneak one more block off on that blitz clear with the player that gets the 2 die. Yep. Very good. Very good movement. He really made it tough there.
That's quite a few of the opposition surrounding that player. They need to be very careful.
Yeah, I don't know what you do here. This is what we call the old Kobayashi Maru.
This player likes to be well assisted in a fight.
Oh yeah, dodge out into the end zone. You can see that. And then trying to get downfield for a desperation throw of some kind. Because he still has the AG4, so I mean, no reroll though. Here we go. So he still has, he's leaving his options open. But I don't necessarily think you dodge into the end zone. I think you even do a little comeback route and come back like here. But stay there. See if it works out for you.
Skulls of fired players agents.
Tasty.
We might see some turn 16 heroics. We've already seen some heartbreakers so far this this first 2 weeks of Pro in regards to turn 16 heroics. Seen a lot of 1-0 victories turn into ties.
Yeah,
Seen a lot of 1-1s turn into 1-2-1s. So that's crazy. I think you see if you can harass that thrower, because you know you can't reach him, but you actually can. 2 GFIs, he could have reached him.
More the merrier. He won't leave him alone anytime soon.
Oh yes, and of course I can't forget the 3-2 Kislev. Yes, the turn 16 2-2 turning into a 3-2 for Kislev. So yeah, we've been full of our turn 16 heroics so far through 2 weeks. Bort's gonna need somewhat of a miracle. I mean, he definitely can step up into the pocket pretty deep, and he can dodge that guy out into the end zone. I mean,
He's on him now, like a halfling on a hot dinner.
I think you need to move this centaur all the way over here and blanket the down piece receiver. Make him throw and dodge through that. Yes, he can avoid an intercept roll.
That last burst of speed.
Yeah, there you go.
He really plowed up the pitch on his way.
That's what you had to do there.
They've smacked the player to relieve his team. Well done.
Interesting. Well, he's gonna need some turn 16 mega heroics. He could definitely step up into the pocket, but he's gonna be throwing through a player no matter what. I mean, he could try to dodge him out one square and then roll him all out first, but Oof. And then that way you're only dealing with the intercept chance instead of all the negative from the catches. And you got dodge. Neither of those pieces have tackle. Dodge into the end zone, and then I would go as forward as possible, and I would throw sideline to sideline. What does everybody else think? Feel free to notate in the comments. While Bort probably pours a massive shot. There it is. There's part one of it. Part one right there. Here we go.
I bet the opposition didn't
Here we
even
go.
see it go
This
by.
is it, folks.
Against Skaven, I mostly
Try to
rely
make
on
that
old
easier.
cheese.
You don't want to risk.
It smells
Ooh.
like old cheese.
Oof.
Let it rip.
I think I heard a catch. No! Ladies and gentlemen, no good. No good. The fact that it went to... We had a +1 on the catch, right? It would have been a +1. It would have been a 2+. So 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 would have done it. Oh, mama, mama, mama. And... that is the way the cookie crumbles. That's 2 weeks in a row now that Sinking Ship was screwed on turn 16. They failed the GFI week 1 after pulling off a one-turner with 2 or 3 pushes, a POW, and 2 GFIs. Then they failed the last GFI. And now week 2, they fail the catch. And... that is rough. So let's take a look at the breaks. 5 armor breaks for a Sinking Ship versus 21 armor breaks for the Villains of DC. Breaking out the statistics. Ball possession. The Villains of DC had the ball more. The Rats had it 37% of the time. 45, twice as many blocks from Villains of DC as Sinking Ship. 4 injuries inflicted with 3 kills versus 1 injury inflicted, which was of not any substance. 48 yards versus 118 yards rushing, pretty even passing. And then, of course, you look at the blocks sustained and the interceptions sustained. Actually, it was interception? So that was a pick. That was a pick at the end. That was interception sustained. So that was a turn 16 pick, ladies and gentlemen. That was not a... that was a sideline to sideline. Who got that pick? Well, looking at it out, one of the Villains of DC picked that ball off. Maybe Blue 6 will let us know who that was. But looking at the breakdown of the SPP, not a ton of SPP for a Sinking Ship. They get the MVP, the score, an injury, and a pass. Villains of DC scoops up the MVP. Krona probably got that pick because he scored the other touchdown, did he not? Bane gets an injury in the MVP. Krona, I think, has a touchdown and a pick. That's pretty hot. Joker, with 2 points in injury, Ra's al Ghul and Mr. Freeze. Let's look at the dice, ladies and gentlemen. So, again, looking at the dice, it looks pretty fair. 25-30, 30-21. The least number of dice that Bort rolled were 1s. Looking over to Villains of DC, they rolled even less dice. You can see how they've rolled significantly less dice than Bort. His team was 17, 12, 20, 19, 15, and 13. So let's take a look here and see. Deadline Rat takes the MVP, picking where GPP left off with bad dice. Yeah, Deadline Rat with the MVP. That is rough. Great game though. Even though it ended up at a 1-1 tie, that was a rough one for a Sinking Ship. I want to thank once again BortBot18, coach of the Sinking Ship. I want to thank Blue 6 Max, the coach of the Villains of DC. I want to thank all of our viewers for tuning in. Remember, I am NBB President Stymie. Make sure to check out nbp-pro.com. Check out all the great news and information relating to our league and read our recaps and all that good stuff. I want to say thank you for tuning in, and remember to always praise Nuffle.